a while, I kind of suffered with not really knowing what I wanted to do in my life, or, with my life. I didn't really know my calling, my purpose. I didn't know what I really loved, my passion, any of that. And when you are unsure of yourself, you are subjecting yourself to anybody who has an opinion on what you should be doing with your life. For instance, me, I didn't know where my life was taking me. I didn't know what I was good at. All I knew was my gift was singing, because that was something that was never taught to me. You get what I'm saying? It was just something that was in me, and I knew how to do it. But I wasn't for sure if that was the road that I wanted to take, because I didn't know exactly what was for me and how to find out my purpose at that moment. So when people projected their own opinions about what my life should look like and what I should do and what I should pursue in my life, I kind of fell subject and victim to whatever they thought my life should be, because I wasn't sure about myself. Being in someone else's calling, being in someone else's purpose, or trying to mimic or copy and paste or duplicate someone else's calling and purpose and gift will only leave you an unfulfilled life. You will be unhappy within whatever you're doing. Understand, your gift will make room for you. Only your gift will make room for you, not someone else's gift. And you know what's authentic about gifts? It's something that cannot be compared to. Your gift is special. And I've always been taught that when God, sometimes we feel like God is taking his time. We feel like God is taking too long to answer our prayers. We feel like he's not coming fast enough. But understand that you are special, and your special order takes time to prepare. So just because you're waiting and you feel like you're on a wait list and it's a hold, don't you get impatient and give up on God, because patience is a virtue, and patience is key to all. It is normal to get sidetracked with everything that's going on in the world. But as Christians, we are moment Christians. We are deaf Christians, and we are blind Christians. I say we are moment Christians because we think that our time is the only time. We think that our time is the most valuable time, meaning that we look at God as a magician. And when we say, God, we want something right now, we snap our finger and we expect it to just fall in our lap. It doesn't work like that. God's time is the best time. Who are you to tell God when to move? You tell him what you want, but you apply the pressure. You apply the pressure, and the pressure is faith and manifestation. Once you pray and you speak in authority that is done, you have it. It's already done in Jesus' name, in his darling son's name. That's speaking in authority. But after authority, you need to have faith. Meaning don't be worried about it after that. After that point of praying, you seeking God, let it go and give it to him, because the more that you worry, you're not trusting God to do what he said he would do for you. I say we are blind Christians because we don't see what God is trying to show us. We see what we choose to see and what we want to see. God is constantly revealing. He's constantly showing us situations and putting us through situations to open our eyes. But as Christians, we turn the blind eye to what God is showing us because it's not what we want to see. We don't want to see that person leave us. We don't want to see those people reveal who they truly are. We don't want to see that it's not working out because it's something that it's not for us. We don't want to see that. We only want to see the good. But God is trying to take you through the bad so you can see why he took you through the bad, because the good outweighs the bad in the end. But you got to go through the rough to get to the smooth. I need each and every one of you to go to the eye doctor and get some spiritual lens. You need to see in God's vision. You need to see what he's putting in front of you, not what your flesh mind is telling you to see, not what your mind is saying what's there, because what you see is not really what you see. A lot of y'all are far-sighted Christians, and a lot of y'all are near-sighted Christians. We need to Don't get me wrong. I know that it's hard. Sometimes as human, we lose faith. We lose sight of what God is telling us that's going to happen. We lose sight with believing that God is going to do it. Sometimes we fall short. Sometimes we want to throw a towel in. We don't know how we going to pay this. We don't know how we going to make it through the week. We don't know what's going on with our families. Our relationships are failing. Everything seems like every time we ask God to open a door, another one is closing. We're losing sight of our spiritual mind and our spiritual beliefs and our faith in God because of what's happening in reality, what's happening in our physical. And sometimes it can be a physical versus spiritual thing, but that's all right, because the spiritual will always win. All you got to do is continue to be spiritual. All you got to do is pray that flesh mind away from you and prevail spiritually, because God is there waiting on you. He's waiting on you to put it all in his hands and let him take care of it. He's waiting on you, because the way of the world is going to remain the same. The world ain't going to change. Oh, the devil is always going to be there. Always. We are praying to God, and we're going to God with all our problems. And we're asking God, we're telling him, God, I'm ready. I'm ready to be blessed. I am ready for what I'm asking you for. I'm ready. But one thing that I know about my God, you can't fool him. He knows that you're not ready. Every time the devil throws something in front of you that's blocking you from where you're trying to go, you fall. You lose faith in God. You give up. You give up. So God is telling you, how can you be ready? How can you be ready? You can't even trust me through the process. So how are you going to handle what you asking me for? Because the complications ain't going to stop. Oh, the devil ain't going to stop. He's always working. He's always working. And he work where you're weak in your mind. And if you're not strong mentally, the devil sniffs you for weak. It's sort of like a marriage. God is not to be played with. He's not to be picked up and put down when you feel like it and when you want to. Your faith and your trust in God shall always be there. It should be firm and solid as a rock. Nothing that comes in between you and your faith in God shall prosper. You shall rebuke that the moment that you feel like something is knocking you off of your faith walk with God. Oh, God told you he's going to do it, but the next day something happens and you just don't know no more. You just don't know. You don't feel the same way you did when you prayed. Because when you prayed, you felt good. And you called it done in authority. You walked in it. You manifested it to happen. But as soon as something happened, because listen to me, when you go to God in prayer, when you go to God and you seek him and you give him everything that you're battling with, you tell him your desires, the devil is somewhere in the corner listening to you and listening to everything that you're telling God that you want him to do. And his only objective is to knock you off of that faith walk. And a lot of y'all are getting knocked down off y'all feet. A lot of us are delusional. Spiritually, we are delusional because we have made ourselves believe that we are the real thing. Listen to me. You need to stop being the off-brand, great value version of someone else's purpose, someone else's calling, and someone else's gift. We too scared to seek God and find out our own gift. So what we do, we try to stay comfortable and neutral as possible. So we just gonna do what we think makes sense. And if she is doing that, I'm gonna do it too, because it seems like it's working for her, and I believe it'll work for me. So I'm gonna see what's up. I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna say that's my calling. I'm gonna walk in her life, and I'm gonna pray to God that we shine the same. That's where we fail at. That's where we set ourselves up at. You need to go and get your mental up. Go get your faith up. Go get your spirit up. You need to go and charge overnight. Go charge overnight. Put your faith on a charger and let it charge overnight. And don't take it off until it's on 110%. Because you will be surprised at where God is trying to take you. He's going to blow your mind. But all you got to do is just have faith in him. And be consistent. Be consistent in your faith. Don't let nothing come in between you and God. Don't let nothing come in between the faith that you have in God. Because what God says will happen. What God says is going to happen for you shall happen for you. You can't be in and out with God. You can't be up and down. If you trust him, trust him. But one thing about it, stop blaming God because you're not moving. Stop blaming God because you're not going to the next level, because you're in your own way. I solely pray that this video has touched somebody and that you have enough courage now to go and find your true purpose, your passion, what makes you happy. I pray that you get out of someone else's light and have your own light, because you will be surprised how bright your light will shine. I pray that God continue to touch your mind and your heart and place your purpose inside of you, that you will be understanding and accepting to your actual purpose, and that you will come out of the mindset of being the great value or the knockoff brand version of someone else's purpose and gift. I love you and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.